Well, just wanted to show you this clam that I got. This is a King's, one of the new King's MK3 Grand Tour clam. What do I think of it? I like it, you know, for the money. I think I paid $2.5 grand for this thing. I was looking at more of the expensive ones, you know, like they're around $6,000. You know, do I want to spend that much money and find out that I don't like these clams? So what I did was I went and bought the $2,500 King's clam, and I wanted to see if I like it, and if I like it I can always upgrade to a better one down the track. But to tell you the truth, this King's clam is pretty good. I don't even see the reason to go and upgrade to a better one, but so far it's ticking all the boxes and it's pretty good. I was a bit worried how would it cope with the weather. Would it leak? Would it get water inside? Well, I'll tell you what, we had some pretty big rains last night, and it poured down raining all night. Not a drop. I slept in that thing snug as a rug, mate. I'll tell you now, it's good. Not a drop inside. I guess you just got to be kind to it as long as you go for a drive, you know, and do it quick and not leave it closed for too long. First thing you want to do is open it back up and let it dry properly. But I'll take you for a little walk around and explain a couple of things, and I'll give you my thoughts. Now you will notice that when you close this thing up, if you don't fully tuck that fabric in quite enough and it gets wet, it absorbs like a sponge and you get that condensation in there. And I think that's where your problems will start. But you just want to make sure there's nothing sticking out when you close it. But I'll probably show you when I do close this later on, and we can see what I'm talking about. I'll show you what I mean. Now, I was wondering how this would go with the winds last night. We had some pretty big winds. Now, it handled really well. That's sturdy, it's stable, it's wasn't going anywhere. Very impressed. I mean, the ladder's decent. It's got a decent ladder. It's pretty sturdy. I had a lot of concerns when I bought this thing, you know, the old saying, you get what you pay for. You know, is it cheap and nasty? Will it leak water? But it's proven itself. It's really blown my mind. I can't see anything wrong with this thing. I'm trying to find a reason to fault this thing, but so far I haven't been able to fault it. The only thing I could say about mounting one of these things on a canopy is the width. So the width of it could be a little bit wider, and the reason why I say this is because if you want to mount your ladder on the side, well, it's a bit hard because it's sort of hit on the door, but it's like the clam's not wide enough. So I guess if you made some sort of bracket, for these little things to sit on to bring it out further, it'll work. It would work, because once your 270 goes up, you can't put the ladder at the back. So that'd be something I might look at down the track. Try and mount those little mounting things there to the sides to bring it out further somehow. So I'll figure that out. I don't think it'd be too hard to figure out. But this thing is really simple to set up. You know, for the $2.5 grand spent on this thing, I don't think I'm going to go and buy an expensive one. I'm pretty happy with this thing, and it's doing the job. It does the job quite well. Now, I don't think I'm even going to bother. I'll keep this. I like it. So I've just saved myself a few grand, and if anyone else is interested in one of these things, and I will keep an eye on it and let you know how the progress goes, if I have any dramas with it, anything like that. But so far, it's done its job. Yeah, the rain, I mean, the rain was pretty heavy last night, and the wind, and not a drop got inside. So yeah, I'll keep you all posted, and we'll see how the progress goes over time, you know. And the only thing I haven't tried yet is driving with the thing packed up on the roof, driving in pouring down rain, and I've had it parked on the street, all packed up, not a drop got inside, so that's good. Awesome bit of gear, very happy with it. Opening up the doors and making sure everything's lined up, because what I want to do is line it up so my awning comes out sort of flush with this pergola. So I've had that all lined up really good. Now what I'm also running on this thing too is one of those King's 160 flexi panels, and I tell you what, it does an amazing job. I'm pretty impressed with it. So far the performance and the way everything's seemed to have gone so far, it's good. I can't fault it. I'm very, very happy with it. Packing this thing up when it's wet and moist and all that, yeah, you're going to get compensation in it. So I suggest after a good rain, leave it open for a few days, a couple of days, 2-3 days, let it fully dry out. Because you pack it away and there's a little bit of condensation on one of those panels on the outside or something like that, I reckon it'll spread the mould all through it. But it's just a bit of care factor, you know. You put some good care into this thing, I mean, it'll last you a long time. Very happy. I'll climb up and have a look inside and I'll show you what I've done. It's just simple. And you know, King's make some pretty good products and I'm pretty happy with their gear. I can't bag their gear. I think it's really good compared to some of these other companies out there that are charging, you know, a lot more money for the same thing. All right. Now, what I've done for lighting, because I've got this plugged into my my canopy, I'm just running an Anderson plug, which tucks down through this little zipper that plugs into my canopy. Now, on the end of this Anderson, I'm running just one of these. It's just a 12 volt 4-port cigarette port thing. I plug my phone into it, and what I've done is I've run a 12 volt light. King's also sell these light bars. This is velcroed on now. Just put these little velcro things, so a couple of little velcros, just a cable coming down to one of the King's dimmer switch to the 12 volt thing there. Really works well, so I'm going to poke that down like that so I can plug it into the canopy. And this thing is really comfortable. Well, I've just thrown a blanket down, just a blanket and just a light blanket to put over the top of me, and a couple of pillows, and I'll tell you what, all this is in here, and I close this Clam up. Not a problem at all. That's with the steel poles, or the flexi steel poles that you use for the awning. They go in here as well. So all this folds up. Yeah, awesome bit of gear. So anyway, show you so anyway, very happy. Well, there we are, up nice and high, looking out the window, which is pretty good. G'day. I got the laptop. All the power in here I need. Can't complain. Window. Yeah, pretty cozy up here. I like it. Yeah, can't complain. Well, as you can see, it's absolutely pouring down. I've got this clam on the roof here. I'm just curious to see if any water gets inside it. This is pretty much the last test that I wanted to try. So if I get water in it, well, it's going to be a fail, but I'm going to be really interested to see how this goes. So when I get a chance, I'll pull over and I'll open her up, and then we'll see. But so far, I've been pretty impressed with it. So this is the last test. So hopefully it's good. Well, as you can see, that bit of footage I showed you before, that pissing down rain, see some water got in, eh? I'll just open these latches up. A big reveal. Right, dry as a bone, not a drop.
That's really cool.
There's no water in here at all.
Did you want them open it? I came when it was going up. Yeah.
So there you go, dry as a bone. I'm impressed. Yeah, as you can see, it passed the test, so you've got to be happy with that. So we're from here, I'm keeping. I think it's awesome for the money, mate, so is it worth it? Absolutely. Beauty.